Welcome back for another deep dive.
Always fun.
Yeah. So today we're diving into something a little bit different.
Interesting.
Yeah, a bit different.
Okay.
The 2024 election,
Okay.
U.S. presidential election.
Right.
But not from the usual political angles.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be looking at it through the lens of cryptocurrency.
I like it.
And we found a couple of opinion pieces
Okay.
that we're going to be picking apart today.
All right.
Both of them are very excited
Okay.
about Trump's win
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
what it could mean for the future of crypto.
Gotcha. So,
Yeah, what
really jumped out
jumped out at you?
at me was that both these sources
Yeah.
really paint Trump as kind of this crypto champion,
Uh-huh.
someone who's been pretty vocal about supporting innovation
Right. Yeah, he's definitely made some
in the crypto space.
pretty interesting statements
Yeah, they emphasize all of these promises that he's made repeatedly
about making America.
about making America
The crypto capital.
the crypto capital of the world.
Yeah.
Now,
That's pretty ambitious.
we all know that opinion pieces can be,
a little celebratory.
a little bit on the celebratory side.
Right.
But I'm curious, like, what could those promises actually look like
Yeah, like what does that actually mean?
if they were put into action?
Right. What would those policies look like?
Exactly.
Well, we can look at some of the things that Trump has done in the past.
Mhm.
He's made some interesting statements.
Uh-huh.
He called Bitcoin
What did he call it?
a very high-tech asset.
Oh, yeah.
And he's even hinted that the U.S. might develop its own digital currency
Right.
to rival China.
Wow.
So, those statements, along with his general pro-business stance,
Uh-huh.
I think suggest that he might move towards a more hands-off approach
Okay.
to regulation of crypto.
Interesting.
Maybe even, some incentives for businesses
Okay.
to adopt blockchain. So you're thinking that he sees crypto as a major part
Oh, yeah. I think he sees it as a key player.
of the future of the U.S. economy.
For sure in the U.S. economy. Yeah. And, I mean, think about it. If the U.S., with all its power,
Right.
embraced crypto,
Yeah,
that could have a huge ripple effect globally.
totally.
Other countries would have to follow suit.
Wow.
Like, imagine a world where, cross-border transactions are super easy.
Yeah.
Streamlined financial inclusion is expanded,
Right.
all thanks to the U.S. being pro-crypto.
Okay, so the second source points out something that I found really interesting.
What's that?
It highlights the difference in endorsements
Okay.
between Trump and Kamala Harris.
Uh-huh.
So Trump seems to have a lot of support
From,
business leaders
oh, interesting.
like Elon Musk,
Yeah.
Dana White,
Uh-huh.
whereas Harris's endorsements
Yeah.
come from more celebrities.
Oh, that's really interesting.
What do you think about that contrast?
I think it's a small detail. Okay.
But it says a lot about,
yeah.
where each candidate might be headed.
Okay.
Business endorsements,
Mhm.
they usually align with like economic growth,
Yeah.
deregulation,
Right.
innovation,
Particularly in tech and finance.
particularly in sectors like that. Yeah.
So we're not just talking about
I don't think so, no.
vague promises here.
Yeah.
We're talking about a potential
Yeah, like an ecosystem.
ecosystem
Yeah,
designed to really support crypto.
exactly.
Okay.
So think about things like tax breaks for crypto startups,
Okay.
streamlined regulations for businesses that are blockchain-based,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even government investment
Wow.
in blockchain research and development.
That's very different
Yeah, it's
from
definitely
what we've seen.
different from what we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
And it'll be really interesting to watch
Yeah.
how these endorsements actually translate into policies.
Right.
Because that's what really matters
That could have a huge impact. Oh, yeah, for sure.
on the future of crypto.
Not just in the U.S., but
Globally.
globally, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the big news,
The juicy stuff.
Bitcoin.
Yes.
Both sources talk about it hitting
A new all-time high.
a new all-time high over $75,000
Wow.
with predictions of it going
Even higher.
even higher toward like 80,000.
80 to 82,000.
82,000.
You're saying.
Is this directly tied
That's a good question.
to Trump winning,
Is it all Trump?
or are there other things?
I think it's probably a mix of things. Obviously a pro-crypto administration
Right.
that's going to fuel optimism.
Yeah.
Investors are excited.
Okay.
The policies that might come out.
Right.
But we also have to think about the big picture.
But-
Bitcoin's price has been going up
For a while.
for a while now, yeah.
So what else is going on?
I mean, things like, More institutions are adopting it.
Okay.
You know, big players are getting involved. Hedge funds, pension funds,
Wow.
even insurance companies.
Okay.
And retail investors are also becoming more aware of it.
Yeah.
And then there's also the whole, inflation thing.
Right.
People are looking for a hedge against inflation.
So it's like...
Yeah, it's like this perfect storm
Yeah.
of positive developments
Okay.
pushing Bitcoin higher.
And they also talk about altcoins.
Altcoins, yeah.
Potentially
Riding that wave.
riding Bitcoin's wave.
Yeah.
Can you explain what altcoins are?
Sure.
For anyone who doesn't know?
Yeah, altcoins are basically
Right.
any cryptocurrency that isn't Bitcoin.
Got it.
So think of them as Bitcoin's cousins.
Okay.
They might have different features or
Yeah.
target different markets,
Yeah.
but they tend to move
In tandem with...
Bitcoin. Yeah.
So when Bitcoin goes up...
Yeah. It creates this positive sentiment, spills over to the whole crypto market.
Interesting.
And altcoins often go up too.
So it's like...
like a rising tide.
A rising tide lifts all boats.
Exactly.
In the crypto harbor.
Exactly. And if this tide is driven by,
Yeah.
a pro-crypto environment
Yeah.
that's fostered by the administration, we could see even more innovation
Yeah.
and investment.
In the altcoin space.
In the altcoin space, exactly.
Wow. So much to think about.
Yeah, a lot to unpack out there.
This is pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean, the scale of this,
It's huge.
the impact that this election could have on crypto,
Yeah.
it's mind-blowing.
It is a pivotal moment.
We're not talking about just tweaking some regulations.
No.
This is a fundamental shift
Yeah.
in how the U.S. approaches
Completely.
this whole technology.
Yeah. And it's not just about the U.S. either.
Exactly.
It's global.
Right. The U.S. is such a leader
Huge implications.
globally.
Yeah.
And its stance on crypto is probably going to influence other countries.
For sure. Either they'll follow or they'll shy away.
Imagine if the U.S. just becomes this,
Oh, yeah.
haven.
Even a haven for crypto.
For crypto innovation.
Yeah.
Attracting all the best people.
The talent.
Investment.
The investment from all over the world.
From all over the world.
Think of the startups.
Yeah.
The new applications of blockchain.
It'd be like a boom.
Global adoption would just explode.
Okay, but let's play devil's advocate for a second.
Okay, sure.
What if it's not that rosy?
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Yeah, what are some of the potential roadblocks?
Right. Well, for one,
That challenges.
crypto is complex.
Right.
It's a new technology.
Yeah.
It's evolving quickly.
Yeah.
Even policymakers might not totally understand it.
Right.
So they could make regulations that
Yeah.
are too strict.
Stifling innovation.
Exactly. Or too lax.
And then you have the
Which could lead to scams.
scammers.
Yeah, manipulation.
Yeah, so it's like
It's a balancing act.
a tightrope walk.
Yeah. Finding that sweet spot.
Yeah, between protecting people
Yeah, innovation versus protection.
and encouraging innovation.
Right.
And then there's also political gridlock.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Even if the president is pro-crypto, getting things done
Just not easy.
in Congress.
No, you've got all the committees,
Right.
the lobbying.
Different opinions.
Yeah, different factions.
It's not just going to be like
Okay.
flipping a switch
Not at all.
and transforming the U.S. into
No.
crypto utopia.
It's going to be a process.
Yeah, and what about just like
Oh.
unforeseen events?
Oh, yeah. That's always a possibility.
The crypto world is
Crypto is volatile.
so volatile.
Yeah, prices swing all over the place. You could have glitches,
Right.
security breaches.
That could just
Anything could happen.
derail everything.
Yeah, and shake confidence.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
A lot of uncertainty.
what ifs
What ifs, yeah.
hanging in the balance.
But that's kind of the nature of it. It's
Well,
emerging tech,
It's new.
especially something this disruptive.
Yeah.
It's high risk, high reward.
The stakes are high.
Absolutely high stakes.
They do mention that Trump has already taken some steps
Oh, really?
to show that he's pro-crypto,
Interesting.
but they don't really give us any details.
I wonder what he's done.
Yeah. What do you think those actions could be?
Well, we can maybe guess based on what we know.
Yeah.
Like, remember that executive order back in 2018
Oh, yeah.
where he told federal agencies
Right.
to look into blockchain?
He was interested.
Yeah, that was a sign.
Okay.
And then there was that time he tweeted about regulating Bitcoin.
Right.
Some people saw that as negative,
Uh-huh.
but I think it could be a way of making crypto mainstream.
Interesting. Yeah, like legitimizing it.
Yeah, exactly,
Got it.
legitimizing it.
Okay.
So maybe these sources know something we don't.
Right. Maybe there are new developments.
Could be some behind-the-scenes stuff.
It's like a puzzle.
It is like a puzzle, yeah.
Trying to figure out his crypto strategy.
That's what makes this fun, though, right?
Love it.
It's not just, passively reading.
Yeah, we're thinking critically.
We're engaging with the information.
Yeah, connecting the dots.
Exactly.
I feel like we're on the edge of something big.
Yeah, it's like a historical shift.
Yeah, how the world sees crypto.
How the world interacts with crypto.
Totally.
It's exciting.
It's a really exciting time.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's talk about that Bitcoin price surge.
Oh, yeah. Bitcoin's been on fire.
They're predicting even more growth.
Incredible growth.
But what's fueling it?
Yes, the big question.
Is it all hype?
Well, there's definitely some hype.
Right.
But I think there's some solid reasons behind it, too.
Okay, like what?
Well, for one thing, you've got institutional investors.
Sorry.
They're starting to get involved.
Really?
Yeah. Big players.
Uh-huh.
Hedge funds, pension funds,
So
insurance companies.
it's not just...
They're putting money into Bitcoin
Yeah.
and other cryptocurrencies.
It's not just like the early adopters anymore.
No, it's going mainstream.
This is huge.
It is huge.
So this is bringing legitimacy
Exactly. Legitimacy, stability.
and more investors.
Attracting even more investors,
And
yeah.
driving the price up,
Driving those prices up.
like a snowball effect.
Yeah, gathering momentum.
And then there's inflation.
Oh, yeah. Inflation is a big factor.
People are looking for somewhere
People are scared.
to put their money.
Yeah, they want to protect their savings.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin,
Yeah.
with its limited supply,
Right.
decentralized nature,
It's like
it looks like a safe haven.
digital gold.
Digital gold, exactly.
Wow.
And then you've got the technology itself,
blockchain.
blockchain. Yeah.
It's getting more sophisticated.
It's not just about Bitcoin anymore.
Right.
It's being used in so many different areas.
Like what?
Supply chain management,
Yeah.
healthcare,
Wow.
even voting systems.
So it's not just a niche thing anymore?
No, it's becoming part of the fabric of our lives.
Wow.
And as adoption grows,
Yeah.
demand for crypto is going to increase. And that's going to push prices up even more.
Okay. But can this upward trend,
Can it last forever?
can it just keep going up forever?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
It's hard to say for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There are reasons to be optimistic,
Okay.
but also cautious.
Like what?
Well, the factors driving Bitcoin's growth,
Mm-hmm.
they're strong.
Okay.
They're likely to continue.
Right.
But the market is still young.
Yeah.
It's prone to volatility.
So we could see
We could see correction,
the price swings.
price swings,
Yeah.
maybe even.
And unexpected events
Yeah, some big event that just
that could shake things.
derails everything.
Yeah.
So it's like a roller coaster
It is a roller coaster.
with big highs
Highs and lows.
and lows,
Yeah.
but also big rewards
Big rewards
Yeah.
if you can stomach it.
if you've got the stomach for it.
Right. And they talk about altcoins,
Yeah.
maybe following Bitcoin,
Riding the wave.
right in the wave.
Uh-huh.
But can you break down?
What are altcoins exactly?
Yeah. For people who don't know.
Yeah, so basically,
Uh-huh.
altcoins are any cryptocurrency.
Okay.
That's not Bitcoin.
Got it.
They often work in similar ways
Uh-huh.
using blockchain,
Right.
decentralized secure digital currencies,
Okay.
but they might have different features.
Right.
They might target different markets
Okay.
or offer different solutions.
So it's like this whole universe
It's a whole world of crypto.
of different cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, with their own personality,
Yeah,
their own
it's-
purposes.
And Bitcoin is still king.
Bitcoin is still the king. Yeah.
But altcoins are...
But altcoins are gaining traction
Yeah.
because investors want diversification.
Right.
And they want to explore
Yeah.
what blockchain can do.
It's like this.
It's an explosion of innovation,
Yeah, with new altcoins
constantly popping up,
popping up all the time.
competing for attention.
And with this pro-crypto environment,
Yeah.
maybe in the U.S.
We could see a huge surge
Yeah.
in altcoin development.
And adoption.
And adoption, exactly.
So I'm curious about the relationship.
Between Bitcoin and
Yeah.
altcoin.
Do they always move together?
Yeah. Is it always like a package deal?
Or can they go their separate ways?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So historically,
Mhm.
Bitcoin has been the leader,
Okay.
the bellwether of the market.
Yeah.
When Bitcoin goes up,
Uh-huh.
altcoins tend to follow.
And when it goes down,
And when it goes down,
they follow.
they usually follow, yeah.
So it's like Bitcoin is the conductor,
Yeah,
leading the
crypto-
orchestra.
setting the tempo.
Yeah.
But in recent years,
Yeah.
we've seen some altcoins
Uh-huh.
break away from that pattern.
Really?
Yeah, they've charted their own course
Wow.
based on their own strengths, their own market dynamics.
So it's not always a one-way street?
No, it's not always a one-way street.
Altcoins can kind
They
of
can break free
break free,
of Bitcoin's gravity.
forge their own path.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so exciting.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
so dynamic,
Yeah.
unpredictable.
Yeah. It's a constantly evolving
ecosystem.
New players all the time.
Challenging the status quo.
That's right.
So to wrap up this part,
Yeah.
what's the key takeaway?
I think the main point is this.
Okay.
Crypto is on the verge of a major transformation.
Huge.
Huge. And with this potential pro-crypto administration,
Yeah.
the U.S. could become a hub for innovation.
Right. That's
Investment.
global adoption.
Global adoption. It's an exciting time.
Yeah, super exciting time to be involved.
Absolutely.
So as we move forward,
Uh-huh.
what should people keep in mind?
Stay informed,
Okay.
stay engaged,
Yeah.
and be ready for anything.
Because
Because things can change quickly.
things change quickly in the crypto world.
That's for sure.
I feel like my head is spinning.
Yeah, there's a lot to take in.
It's incredible.
It is.
Think about the potential.
Yeah, and how this election has
Yeah.
really changed everything.
For crypto.
For crypto, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
a turning point.
we're seeing a paradigm shift
Yeah.
in how the world thinks about money,
Technology power.
technology power.
Yeah, it's huge.
So for our listener,
Mm-hmm.
who maybe this is all new to them,
Yeah.
what's the one thing
What should they remember?
they should take away from this?
I think the most important thing is
Yeah,
crypto is not a fringe movement anymore.
right.
This is a real thing.
It's happening.
It's a growing ecosystem,
Real world implications.
real world implications.
And governments are involved.
Governments are shaping it.
Yeah, so it's not just about,
It's not just about the techies anymore.
Yeah.
This is about global economics.
it's about politics,
politics, finance.
the future of finance.
Yeah, the future of finance itself.
And they both talk about, you know, Trump's crypto promises,
Right.
making America the crypto capital.
The crypto capital.
But we know
Promises are one thing.
promises are easy. Actions are another. So what are some specific things
What could he actually do?
that the new administration could do
Yeah, to make America
to really foster
crypto-y.
a crypto-friendly environment?
Well, I think one important thing is
Yeah.
regulatory clarity.
Okay.
Right now, it's kind of a mess.
It's a little bit Wild West.
It's the Wild West.
Yeah.
Different agencies are interpreting regulations differently.
So businesses,
Then investors.
for businesses, for
we don't know
investors,
what to do?
right? It's holding back innovation.
It's like trying to build a house
Build a house.
on sand.
Yeah, you need a solid foundation.
You need a solid foundation.
Right.
Clear regulations would provide that foundation.
So what about those incentives?
Oh, yeah. The incentives.
We talked about earlier.
How can the government encourage businesses
Yeah.
to actually use blockchain?
To embrace crypto.
Well, tax breaks could be a good start.
Okay.
You know, if companies get tax breaks
For using blockchain.
for developing blockchain solutions
Right.
or accepting crypto payments,
Right.
that would give them a reason to get involved.
It's like a little reward.
Yeah, it's a little push.
Yeah, for being early adopters.
They're being early adopters.
And what about government funding
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
for blockchain research?
Government funding for research and development.
Yeah.
Imagine grants,
Okay.
partnerships between agencies and universities.
Exploring the possibility.
Yeah, exploring the possibilities.
A blockchain
For education and
education
voting
system.
That would be huge.
Yeah, that would show
A real commitment.
a real
The
commitment.
blockchain. We believe in this technology.
And we're going to invest
We're going to invest in it.
in its future.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the U.S. either.
Right. It's a global thing.
The government could.
The U.S. could help promote
Yeah.
crypto adoption globally.
No.
Well, imagine the U.S. leading the way in setting international standards
For crypto regulation.
for crypto regulation.
Okay.
That would create stability,
Yeah.
predictability
So businesses.
for businesses operating across borders.
You encourage
It would encourage investment.
investment.
Yeah.
Global trade.
So the U.S. would be setting an example
Yeah, setting the tone.
for other countries to follow.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about,
The good stuff.
yeah, the potential upside.
Yeah.
But what about
Are there any risks?
the downsides?
Yeah. Are there any downsides?
Are there any risks
Of course.
to being pro-crypto?
With any new technology.
Yeah.
There are always risks.
Like what?
Well, one concern is scams and fraud.
Oh, yeah,
Crypto is decentralized.
right.
It's hard to track.
It's hard to regulate.
Hard to regulate.
So it's attractive.
So it attracts
Do bad actors,
the bad guys,
the scammers.
the scammers, yeah.
It's like the Wild West all over again.
It is like the Wild West.
Outlaws and bandits.
Yeah. Lurking in the shadows.
Mm.
So we need,
We need consumer protection.
Yeah.
Strong consumer protection.
the government needs to,
The government has to find that balance.
yeah, between innovation.
Between encouraging innovation
Hey, hey.
and protecting people.
protecting people from harm.
From the bad guys.
Right. And then there's the issue of security.
Oh, yeah. Security is huge.
Right? Crypto exchanges
Exchanges, wallets.
are always being targeted.
You're constantly targeted.
You by hackers.
By hackers, yeah.
What happens if there's a big security breach?
That could really damage trust in the whole system.
It's like a digital bank robbery.
Yeah, a digital bank robbery.
But the stakes are even higher.
Even higher, yeah.
So cybersecurity
is crucial.
needs to be a top priority.
For everyone involved.
For the government, for the industry?
For everyone, yeah.
And what about the environmental impact?
Oh, yeah, the environmental impact.
Of crypto.
Some cryptocurrencies.
Right.
Use a lot of energy.
Like Bitcoin.
Like Bitcoin, yeah.
It takes a lot of energy to mine.
It does.
So is it worth it?
So we have to think about
Yeah.
the environmental cost.
So we need to find...
We need to find more efficient ways.
Yeah, more sustainable.
More sustainable ways to do it.
Ways to do crypto.
Exactly.
Wow, we've covered
We've just scratched the surface
so much
of this world.
It's a complex world.
It's complex. It's changing all the time.
Rapidly evolving.
And the rules are still being written.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Uh-huh.
what's the one thing you want our listener to remember?
I think the most important thing is this.
Okay.
The future of crypto is not set in stone.
Okay.
It's being shaped right now.
So we have a role to play.
We all have a role to play by
Yeah.
the decisions we make.
The policies.
The policies we support.
The conversations we have.
And conversations we have.
So it's a call to action.
It is a call to action.
To get involved.
Get involved.
Yeah.
Stay informed.
Stay engaged.
Stay engaged.
And be part of this historical moment.
Be part of shaping the future.
Wow. Well, thank you so much
It's been a pleasure.
for taking us on this deep dive.
I've enjoyed it.
It's been incredible.
It's fascinating.
I've learned so much.
And to our listener,
Yeah.
keep exploring this world.
It's an exciting world.
It's an exciting world, and the future of crypto
Yeah.
is in your hands, and